Good afternoon, and thanks for joining me again on the last lecture of the Leadership of the Army of Northern Virginia series. What is a fascination about this lecture took place on Sunday. We had gone all day Saturday and we'd had social events and so forth. But we needed and wanted to do a tour, and of course, Virginia Military Institute maintained the Hall of Valor in Lexington, about a mile or about an hour and 20 minutes north of Lexington, straight up Interstate 81. Indeed, 81 bisects the battlefield tragically, but the important elements of it to the cadets are still intact. And You could access the other side of the interstate going through a walkway underneath Interstate 81 to get a good sense of the fighting between Siegel and John Breckinridge and the VMI Corps cadets. And so we decided to go up and do that tour and then have a final banquet and a dinner and a concert, which would be presented for us by the BMI Glee Club. And so our last speaker had also written the book, the first book that is still in print almost 50 years later, on the Battle of Newmarket, and that was William C. Davis. Jack Davis, at the time, had just finished up as being the editor-in-chief of Civil War Times Illustrated, which was the most circulated and popular Civil War periodical of the time. Jack had made a lot of bones up in Pennsylvania in that area. He was the editor for selecting all the Civil War history books for the History Book Club. He was also a kingmaker who selected historians to ride on the Delta Queen and take trips up and down the Mississippi River, drinking bourbon and having a good time. So everybody knew Jack, and Jack was a good time, and Jack was fun, but Jack was also a serious, a non-professional historian whose life was immersed in the Civil War. Excuse me. And Richard McMurray was particularly close to him because Richard did a lot of tours and fit in very well on the Delta Queen. And one of the things that McMurray used to do, and I hope this will show up, is he used to make fun of Jack whenever he'd introduce him and stuff. He'd say, "This is Jack Davis conducting research." And of course, what he was mimicking was Jack just typing endlessly, because Jack produced a prodigious amount of books. I think his publications now, at this stage, he's ceased doing all that. He's been married a couple other times since then, and is now settled down and has aged a bit and retired from a professorship at Virginia Tech, working for Bud Robertson. But at the time, I think Jack had done 30 to 40 books and was coming out with a book a year in addition to all the other things he was doing. And so for McMurray, whose books were slim and infrequent, a professional historian, he was looking at Jack Davis, who was making money hand over fist, producing books that everybody wanted to read. And he used to pull his leg a little bit with joking about his ability to pop out a book every year. And the VMI book about the Battle of Newmarket had come out fairly early in his writing career, and was still the best book on the subject, because Jack just wrote well. And if you ever have a chance to read it, there have been other books that have been done on the Battle of Newmarket since then, more scholarly and perhaps even more accurate. But at the time, the book was a good read, and Jack was popular. And with us at Newmarket and McMurray and these other people with us, there was no question I was going to ask Jack Davis to come down and join us, and he certainly did. And that was the beginning of a long relationship that is still very friendly with Jack these many 20 some odd years, 24 years later. So I had great regard for Jack then. I still have that regard for him now. And it was a real treat for us to make him the capstone of our program. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy When Boys Became Men The Battle of Newmarket by Jack Davis. Okay, I have gotten a 3% notice, which means that this is going to shut off in the next few minutes without warning. I am going to introduce the Glee Club quickly, if that goes, and then that's where I'm going to end it. That completes this whole segment here, and I will do what I can to start right at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, coming in with a fully charged iPad, and then I will push through the others, which I don't think will be quite as long. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this last one, and then if I still have a moment or two, I'll say arrivederci and shut it off before it shuts me off. Okay. Hi, and welcome to a special treat. I'm Len Rydell, the Executive Director of the Blue and Gray Education Society, and I'd like to welcome you to a concert that was conducted for us by the Virginia Military Institute Glee Club. I am a graduate of the VMI class of 1975, as were a number of the people who were on our Leadership of the Army of Northern Virginia symposium, which was conducted in October of 1996. The Glee Club was legendary at the time. Of course, VMI was an all-male institution, would remain so for another 4 years. And the Glee Club was a grouping of men that for many, many, many years had been famous for their melodious and entirely inspirational presentations. The Corps cadets enjoyed them, and another split group called the Commanders, the VMI Commanders, which were a string and horn ensemble that would also perform at special events for VMI. But by and large, the Glee Club was an alumni function, and it was always brought out to keep the alumni reaching deep in their pockets and to re-blue them about VMI. They'd come and they'd sing the VMI tribute and the spirit of VMI and the doxology and everything, and tears would roll down your eyes, and as you would pull out your checkbooks and start to write checks to the Institute to sustain it. And so using the Glee Club for those purposes, with so many VMI alumni on this, it wasn't difficult to convince the Glee Club director to come down and do about a 30-minute concert for us right after we had finished our dinner, right in the Hall of Valor, overlooking all the magnificent display things that re-blued us and everything. And probably the signature presentation of the Glee Club has always been its rendition of Shenandoah, which is just a soulful song which extols the virtues of the Shenandoah River, which flowed through the valley, and which was such a part of anybody who was in the valley and or the VMI cadets experience. So this was a real special treat. We were all pretty mellow. The speakers are well dressed in their best, or the singers are dressed in their VMI best, and everybody was spot on and ready for the concert. So don't let me delay you, and please don't cut this short. You'll enjoy it. Welcome to VMI Glee Club.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Cadet Boozer. I'm president of this year's Virginia Military Institute Glee Club. I would like to extend a welcome, and I hope everyone is enjoying themselves at this year's Civil War Symposium. Welcome to the Hall of Valor. We have a special treat for you this evening. we've prepared quite a melody of my tunes as well as Civil War tunes. And I just would also like to add that an all-male chorus has a very unique sound. It's a special treat. It's a dying thing. It's a rare thing. And I hope you'll enjoy it this evening. So without further ado, please join me in welcoming our director, Mr. Alan Lane. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Please be seated.
Thank you. It is a pleasure to be here this evening. Our next piece will be Eternal Father, Strong to Save.
Eternal Father, strong to save, whose arm hath bound the restless wave, who bids the mighty ocean deep its own appointed limits keep. Oh, hear us when we cry to thee, for those in peril on the sea. Lord, guard and guide the men who fight through the great spaces in the sky. Be with them always in the air, in darkening storm or sunlight fair. Oh, hear us when we lift our prayer for those in peril in the air.
Next we will do Amazing Grace, and our soloist is Mr. Cadet John Wilcox.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me.
our next number, we'll be doing a song from the Civil War era, Tenting Tonight by Walter Kittredge. The men who are doing this are members, upperclassmen of the Glee Club, who we learned this song last year for our Civil War show. And so we pulled it out for you this evening. Hope you enjoy it.
We're tenting tonight on the old campground. Give us a song to cheer our weary hearts, the song of home and friends we love so dear. Many are the hearts that are weary tonight, wishing for the war to cease. Many are the hearts that are looking for the right to see the dawn of peace. Tenting tonight, tenting tonight, tenting on the old campground. We are tired of war on the old campground. Many are dead or gone. Of the brave and true who left their homes, wounded long. Many are the hearts that are weary tonight, wishing for the war to cease. Many are the hearts that are looking for the right to see the dawn of peace. Tenting tonight, tenting tonight, tenting on the old campground. We've been fighting today on the old campground. Many are lying near. Some are dead and some are dying. Many are in tears. Many are the hearts that are weary tonight, wishing for the war to cease. Many are the hearts that are looking for the right to see the dawn of peace. Many are the hearts that are looking for the right to see the dawn of peace.
Next, we'll be doing a more humorous piece from the Civil War era. You will probably recognize the tune when you hear it if you are a churchgoer or have been in the past. It's entitled The Army Bean, talking about the favorite food of the Army men in camp. Not like the food you have had this evening, I trust.
There's a spot that the soldiers all love. The mess tent's the place that we mean, and the dish we best like to see there is the old-fashioned white army bean. 'Tis the bean that we mean, and we'll eat as we ne'er ate before. The army bean, nice and clean, nice and clean. We will stick to our beans evermore. Now the bean in its primitive state is a bliss we have all often met, and when cooked in the old army style, it
has charms we can never forget. 'Tis the bee that we meet, and we'll eat as we ne'er ate before, the army bee. Nice and clean, we will stick to our beans evermore. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to hear you. Way you rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to hear you. Away we're bound to go. Cross the wide Missouri. Oh, Shenandoah, I love your daughter. Hey, you rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, I love your daughter. Away we're bound to go. Cross the wide Missouri. 'Tis 7 long years since last I see thee. Way you rolling river. 'Tis 7 long years since last I see thee. Go away, we're bound to go. Cross the wide Missouri. The wide Missouri. Oh, Shenandoah, I'm bound to leave you. Way you rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, not deceive you. Away, we're bound to go. Cross the wide Missouri. Oh, Shenandoah, I want to hear you. Way you rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, not deceive you. Away, we're bound to go. Cross the wide Missouri. Cross the wide Missouri. Cross the wide Missouri.
Next, for those of you who are former VMI cadets, I believe you will appreciate our next piece, the VMI Blues.
Oh,
find me till the end of May. Oh Lord, I got those VMI blues. Now a VMI boy really can be proud. Just look at all of the things that he's not allowed. He can't drink up in town or have it come around. No wonder his running girl shot him down. Oh Lord, I got those VMI blues. Those VMI blues. We gotta walk PT. Those VMI blues. We gotta shine our shoes. Oh Lord, that's why we're singing now. Those VMI blues. Now the rats don't really know a thing. The seconds just wait for their ring. The third class we all seem to hate. The first four make can hardly wait. It's 11 to bed and 7 to rise. That accounts for the bloodshot eyes. So it goes from day to day, living in that BM highway. Oh Lord, I've got those VMI blues. Oh Lord, there's not a girl around. VMI blues. The minks get all our blues. Oh Lord, that's why we're singing now. Those VMI blues. Ba 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 ba. That's why we're singing those VMI blues. Those VMI blues. Yeah. Oh, clear the way, VMI is out today. We're here to win this game. Our team will bring us fame in alma mater's name. For though the odds be against us, we'll not care. You'll see us fight the same. Always the same old spirit, and we'll triumph once again. And though defeat seems certain, it's the same with VMI. Our battle cry is never, never die. For when our line starts to weaken, our backs fail to gain. Our ends are so crippled, to win seems in vain. The chorus the loudest will yet win the day. The team it will rally and fight, fight, fight. Hey, we'll gain through the line and we'll circle the end. Oh, red, white, and yellow will triumph again. The Keydets will pride 'em and never say die. That's the spirit of VMI.
Red